So the 2012 Honda Odyssey came back, and it's not for anything that I've done or anything that happened. It was just for some pre-existing problems that need to get resolved. It needed the power steering pump and the ABS module, because last video we wound up fixing some of the oil leaks. I'm afraid to look at it. Oh, okay, good. It's not leaking. So that's fine. That's fixed. We replaced that VCM solenoid, the gasket. So we replaced that. That got resolved. And it was some other miscellaneous stuff that it needed, but those got fixed. The other thing is the power steering pump here was leaking pretty bad out the side of the housing there. So that needs to be replaced. And so we're going to replace that too today. But let's stay on topic. The main thing, the ABS module, since it had a spongy brake pedal, that was the biggest thing that needed to be resolved. That's why, I assume the brakes and rotors were replaced, the master cylinder was replaced, and efforts to alleviate or remedy or rectify the spongy brake feel. And when I diagnosed it, that's all it is. I mean, a lot of times if you block off the wheels, front left, front right, rear left, rear right, if you hit them with some vice grips at the rubber hose and the pedal is still spongy, if you bleed the master cylinder, or if you diagnose the master cylinder by blocking it off and seeing if it holds pressure and it's still spongy, your issue is going to be between here, the master cylinder, and the brake system, assuming that you don't have any leaks. And typically it's going to wind up being the ABS module. Where's that joker at? That came, here it is. This came from eBay, unfortunately. So this is mind you, this is the vehicle from the other shop. Now this is the owner's vehicle, his. So this is why he's getting every single thing done on this car, because like I said, the van is in pretty good shape. It looks, superficially, it looks good. I think somebody in the comment section said the paint job sucked, but from afar, it looks good. So hopefully this is, I think this is false advertising, because it didn't look rusted like this online. They just took some good side photos, made it look good for what the price was. I think he paid about $140 or something like that online. I mean, hopefully it works. So just got to cross our fingers. Part numbers, I matched those up. It should have been this one here. That number matched. And so that, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off the intake, all the air duct, gain some access to it, and it should be pretty accessible. I'm gonna be honest, I've never replaced the ABS module, if I recall. I can't remember, because I never have to touch these things, because most times when people have these issues, they don't get fixed. You know, they're like, well, I'm gonna ride it out. Now I do have a lady coming by today, because we do have to replace the ABS module on her Mazda, because she has a very intermittent spongy pedal too. But we're replacing her, so jobs come in clusters. This is just how they work. So let me get all this stuff off. Let's gain access to the module and get these things replaced. Before I do, I will say I went into the ABS module to see if there was any need to extract the VIN or information, and I didn't see it inside the computer. So I'm just going to assume that because the part numbers match, maybe it'll adopt the VIN and everything should work normal. Okay, I'm gonna cross my fingers on that. But let me tear into this. So it just simply look like there's just the connector here I gotta pull off, and I think that's where once I lift up on it, I think that's where, oh, there it go. All right, so this never came off before. Let me see if I can help it. Let's see if I can clean it off and help it come off a little easier. All right, it's the basic treatment. Brake clean and penetrating oil treatment. Let's see how that works out. There we go. Perfect. Cool. Now there's one fastener for the bracket that holds, ooh, this stuff's wrong, that holds the ABS, it looks like, but as I feel around, I don't feel anything else. It just seems like this is just one bolt here. Hopefully that's just the case, because there's like a locking tab on the other side where it just kind of locks in. Let me move this and see what happens, and if that's the case, then I'll just put it back and then detach all the lines and then replace everything in reverse order. Yeah. This should have taken care of it. Yeah, that should have taken care of it. All right, I'll put this bolt back. That wasn't bad. The hard part is going to be getting it back in there and hoping everything works out like it's supposed to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the bracket. There's some seemingly, I want to tip it over. I think it's going to leak out though, but there's some 10mm bolts at the bottom. I'm going to take those out, and then I'm going to replace it with the new one, newer used one. And I'm going to install everything in reverse order. And I'm going to, when I get everything put back in, I'll give you an update of what happened, because the bulk of it is just getting it out, and it was easy, but it's going to be hard if it don't work, because I'm going to be in an SOL kind of situation. Now, assuming that the break, worst case scenario, that I hope don't happen, if I bleed this, I got a series of different methods so I can bleed it. So I can go through the scan tool, bleed it. I can go through the regular manual bleeding procedure. But initially, I'm going to manually bleed it here at the ABS module for the lines going out. And I'm going to go through the tool, do a bleeding procedure through there. Excuse me. And if it don't work, I'm just going to have to diagnose it again and see where the issue lies within the new used one. So hopefully we don't have to go through that, but that's the worst case scenario. I already know what I was experiencing beforehand. It should be resolved in the end. So again, I'm just going through the protocol if I put this other one on here and it's a bad part. So hopefully we shouldn't have to deal with that. All right, so I got the ABS module replaced, and yes, it took a lot longer to get it in and taking it out. So I just worked my way from the bottom to the top, rear to the front. So got these in first and then got the rear to the front. That's just logic right there. And I left it loose so you can move the unit around to get those locking nuts in the place, those line locks in the place. So that's the hard part. Obviously, I hate dealing with those. But it bled, it ruts great. There's no more sponginess. That's fine. I'm gonna fill it up with fluid, clean my mess up, get the mass airflow sensor and everything back in there, clear the check engine light, and make sure there's no codes for the ABS module. And I'm hoping that there's no issues with the ABS. I'm scared to even pull a code right now. Let's see if it communicated. I want to say labor time on this is 1.5 hours if I recall properly, but I think I want to say it's upwards around the 2-hour range, assuming you go by the book. Now, I bled it right at the not master cylinder, but right at the ABS unit. No issues, and it feels great. So, okay, let's see if we can clear these codes out. It's probably because I had it disconnected. Okay, let's see if it, I'm not following instructions, but let's see if it clears out. Yeah, PCM. Okay, so that's because I got a code in the PCM because their mass airflow not connected. Let me get everything back, clean my area up, get everything back, and then we'll check everything. His other complaint was his AC didn't work, and that'll do it. The connector's not plugged in. That green connector right there. So I'm gonna get that plugged into the compressor, and his AC should be fine and back online. Shut it down for a little bit. So I'm gonna pause the complete scan. Clear all these codes out, do a quick erase. That should take care of the ABS code. Taking a little long, ain't you? Okay. So I'm gonna stop it right there. Let it do its thing, shut it down, then I'll restart it. Okay. Our ABS light is off. So there's no ABS codes. If it was, it would have came on by now, you know? I know I didn't. I know I did what I did. Let this do its thing and let it level out. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to get this AC issue resolved for them, so we can get that fixed, because I don't want the car to get too terribly hot, because I'm going to have to get my hand in that confined area. All right. I'm going to be honest. You cannot make this up. I think this came from eBay too. It's got to be, because there's no brand or no nothing on it. Here's the old pump right here. Okay. There's the old pump. Here's the new pump. They look similar, but I don't know where this ear right here goes. I don't know. But the back looked the same. I said, okay, maybe it's because it's a little different. I said I was gonna give it a try and see if I can install it, but they look blatantly different. Now, but that's not the main thing. The issue is the pump is locked up. I can't even move the pump. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's because there's a tight air seal on the inlet side. Well, I moved this, took that off, nothing. It's still locked up. I took the other side off, the high pressure side. That's not even held in that well, you know, and it's still locked up. I've never seen a pump right out the box locked up. Here's the old one. So you can turn it. New one, nothing. That is wild. That's the reputation eBay got. So I'm gonna ask him where he got it from, but I imagine he got it from eBay. But that's a new one. Or a new issue. Let him know. Hopefully we can just get something from the inside the store they got a commercial account too, so that's probably the route hopefully we can take so I can get this done with. Because everything else is knocked out. Again, the ABS is good, that's fine. The switch for the AC, the reason why that didn't work because it wasn't plugged in, so I went from the top, and as tight as it is down there, where is it at? The connector is straight down, right down there. As tight as it is, I was able to get the connector held in by my hand because it was kind of like in a fixed position, and then take a long 3/8 extension and just push it in there, and it went in. So that took 5 minutes. And then this, then the power sterning, as some of the people around here like to call it, the power steering pump screwed up. So I'm gonna, let me call and let them know, and hopefully we can get a pump and get this done with, and I can take it on test drive and conclude the video. So I just got off a test drive. The owner wound up bringing the new power steering pump that came in. Now, despite it having like additional ear, I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it goes to any other models to where this is makes this universal, but it works. The only thing is the line here didn't fit properly because it needs more of a deeper angle going towards the reservoir here. But you know, dealing with the circumstances is working. So that worked out. The AC's working. The ABS module doesn't have any leaks, so that's cleaned up and seems to be working fine. So I'm gonna let this ride out. If anything happened, I'll definitely update. But hit that link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed, head to Richard from work. See you next one.